That phrase again, what was it?
You can't feel your own handshake?
When did you hear that? That's a fascinating.
You know, I don't remember the first time I heard that, but I loved it when I heard it. It just rung a bell with me.
So even when you see yourself on camera, you can't, you only see the Steve Tom that you know.
Well,
You don't-
exactly, and I think that's true with everybody, no matter what their job on a film or a television show is. When I see myself, that's why I don't go to dailies, because I only look at myself, and there's a whole frame of information there that I'm not seeing because I'm laser focused on me. And I think wardrobe people look only at the wardrobe, and the hairdressers look only at the hair, and the makeup people look only at the makeup. And I'm not one of those people who can see that entire frame of information in its totality. So that's one reason I don't like to go to dailies.
So going back to your rehearsal prep for this role, how much time did you have before you actually met this large room of people? When you got the sides, like how much time did you have to prepare?
About a week, as
A week,
I
okay.
recall. Yeah, yeah. And I only got a few pages of information. I didn't see the entire script until after I was actually booked on the film. And I treated it like any other audition. You know, without the context of an entire script, you just have to make assumptions and make choices based on those assumptions, and that's what I did, and luckily I made the right one on that one line.
So what would your advice be to other actors who may be the first one in, or maybe they're not the first one in, but they run into all these things that are like these roadblocks, and it's frustrating, you know, and you have someone reading with you that's, you know, doesn't have the right updated sides, things like that. Obviously it worked for you.
Well, you know, you just can't get all flustered in the room. You know, I was thinking about how furious I was while it was happening, but you can't let them see you sweat, you know. So you have no choice but to just go with the situation, and that's what I did. And I think that that doesn't happen very often. For me, that was a rare occurrence, because usually you're in, you do your work, you're out, and it's, you know, just uneventful usually most of the time. Auditions are, but you have to go in with a strong choice and commit to it and stick to it. And I think that that's a mistake that a lot of newer actors make, especially when you don't get to audition very often, and that is to attach an importance to the audition that is way out of proportion to its actual importance. You're an actor, of course, but that's not all you are. And you can't let this moment in an audition room define who you are. You're a son, a daughter, a sister, a brother, a father, a mother, a friend, a mentor. Whatever you are, you're all those things. So be those things once you leave that room too. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. That's great. Did you always think like that? I mean, it's
No.
great. No.
No, not at all. I mean, when I was brand new, every audition was nerve-wracking. It was so important that I get this job. So important. And I noticed after a while that what I was doing was sort of dumbing my own audition down. I was sort of making myself so bland and playing it so safe in the audition room in hopes of getting that job, that I was taking away every bit of my uniqueness and quirkiness and weirdness and vulnerability and everything that makes me castable. So, you know, the one thing I would tell actors is, don't do that. You know, let yourself be. Don't be afraid to fail monumentally in an audition room. Don't be afraid, and go in with that choice that you've made. And if you fail, you fail. There'll be more where that came from. There will. But give yourself the opportunity to be that quirky, crazy, wonderful, psychotic, weird person, vulnerable person that will ultimately make you castable.
When did that change for you?
It took about 1.5 years, 2 years. Yeah, I'm not a fast learner.
Well, I think some people, they never learn it. I mean, it's almost like dating. I know I've said this before, but when someone's taken, then all of a sudden they're very attractive to
Oh,
the
yeah.
opposite sex or same sex or whomever.
Yeah.
But then it was because you don't need it as badly. So then,
Yeah.
where did you get to that point where you realize, I still want to do this. This is why I'm here in LA, but I don't know. I'm assuming you still wanted it as badly, but you realized I'm more than just this actor coming in to read. I'm a human being. I'm a lover of birds, lover of different things.
I'm a fly fisherman.
Right.
I love the outdoors. I love all kinds of things other than this. And I think to be a well-rounded actor, you have to be a well-rounded person too. And so kids, stay in school. I joke about that, but truly, live your life, live life, travel, meet interesting people, go to interesting places, do unusual things that will expand your horizons as a human being, and along the way, you'll turn into an interesting person. Yeah, and I think that's really important, and I've always sort of tried to do that, and I think it's helped.